Okay, today I'm going to do a how-to video on how to install the halo projector headlights onto a 2003 Grand Cherokee. This is basically the same method you would do for every single WJ, meaning from 99 to 2004. So, just got my package in the mail. If you remember this Jeep, everyone on this channel does, but for people new watching, I've already put the same type of headlights on before that you can see in my other videos. Kind of wrecked them trying to do something with them, so I had to order new ones. So these are the factories that are in there. So these are what the factory headlights look on most WJs. Usually on the Laredos and everything, these are all orange here. But on the Overland, which is what this model is, they are clear. So this is what it looks like with the factory headlights. Now you don't have to worry about, like with this packaging, because I did order from eBay. You can cut basically not as deep as you want, but you don't have to worry too much because they are wrapped in type of foam. So you don't have to worry about cutting into that. So it's basically a box inside of a box. Let's turn this over. So 2 boxes came in 1 box. Let's see what's inside, even though we already know. There they are. Black too, perfect. So these are the headlights I'm going to be putting onto the car. And that's a ton better. Don't mind my green hood prop, it's actually a broom handle. The actuators on these hoods tend to go with time, and mine are ready to be changed. You can pick them up for about 10 bucks on eBay for both sides, which is actually where I got my headlights. So check out eBay if you want a set of these. Now basically, to remove the headlight on a Overland, or sorry, a WJ Jeep, there's 1 screw right here. And it's not really a screw, it's a bolt. And it's a 7mm. You take that out and pops right out. So I'll show you that now. So all you need is a ratchet, 7mm socket. Now this bolt is probably about this much longer, but it's broken off just from the age, as well as, wear and tear. I've changed the headlights a few times, so coming in and out probably doesn't like doing that. Basically, you take that out. All you need to do is this little tug, and it has these 4 clips. Sorry, 3. There's 1 here, and 1 over at the bottom that you can't see. Now, basically, those go into little connections that I will show you right now, actually. See, here they are. 1, 2, and 3. And they clip into these little plugs, which it's very dirty back here. I gotta find a spot to mount my ballast for my HIDs. And actually, right here is a really good spot. If you want to convert to HIDs on these, right there is a good spot to mount the ballast. You can run the wire down there, bring it out here into the headlight. Now, I've already pre-wired the factory wiring harness for the LEDs and halos. So all I have to do is remove this tape that I've kind of jimmy rigged. It's only been like this for maybe a week because I knew I was having the new ones come, so I just cut off the old ones, put it there, and I'll show you how all that works. But basically, that's how you remove the headlight. All you got to do now is take out the bulbs, get rid of the headlight. I'm just going to disconnect everything. Try to not let the bulbs touch very much, if anything. Sometimes they tend to enjoy not working after that. So just a little thing to be careful, especially the driving bulb. Set that there. There you go. There's the factory headlight. What it looks like behind. Now we're going to replace it with the new one. Here's the all-new headlight. Glue's still a little bit sticky. These are custom made, I believe, but there's a company that makes them and you can order them. But just a much better looking. You have the projector in the center as well as the halo. And then over here you have 3 blue LEDs. The halos on my previous lights were kind of a light purple, but I believe these ones are very, very bright white. So may have to change my fog lights, but I'll show you that later. So here's the wires that run for the LEDs. Don't want to knock that. Right here. I have all these already ready, and then here's the wires for the halos. And those already have been rigged into my daytime running lights, as well as low beam light. And then this also runs off of the daytime running 12 volts, I believe it is. So just got to remove these stickers, wire everything up. First thing I'm going to do is wire the headlight before I attach anything. So I'm actually going to lay down a rag so I won't do any damage to it. Now, how I'm going to wire them up today is I'm going to be crimping them. Now, the best way to do this would actually be to heat shrink it, but I don't have a heat gun right now, so it's going to be pretty hard for me to do that. But right now I'm going to temporarily wire it up just to get it working, and then I'm going to have my buddy use his heat gun or whatever next time I see him. But I'm going to use crimps, and that's how I'm going to connect it. So let's get to work. To connect them. Like I said before, the best way to do this would be to heat shrink it, but like I said, I just don't have the tools right now. So if you have that available to you, that would be your absolute best bet, is to just wrap it or solder it together even, heat shrink it, and leave it like that. And then it's airtight, watertight. You know? It's a much better connection, basically because you've soldered it. Doesn't need to be Pro All-Star. But then again, some people might need to be Pro All-Star. So. Okay, so basically all the wires are hooked up to positive and negatives for the halos. So now what I'm going to do is go turn on the headlights and make sure this is working. Then I'm going to tape up all that wiring and make sure nothing gets tugged on it. So let's turn this, let you guys get a look. You'll find out before me. Let's see if the halos work. Awesome. So the halos work. And they're a much brighter light than before. So now it's time to wire up the LEDs. Now I need to cut these to shortness, or length, I suppose you could call it, and wire them up. Let's see here. Probably going to have to cut for this. Cut about here and then just wire this together. It will be much, much simpler to do because it splits into 6s. And I could either wire it up 6 by 6, but that's going to be very difficult with the amount of wire I have. So I'm just going to cut it a little bit shorter, cut this around here, wire that together. LEDs should be fairly simple. Now let's have a look and make sure that the LEDs work. And they do. And they're no longer blue, they are white, which is much cooler, I think. So there you have it. Now basically all you have to do is reverse that on the opposite side and you have your headlights hooked up. And already I know it's going to be a hell of a lot cooler. The only problem is, take a look at this. The halos on my fog lights are kind of purple blue to match the halos on my old headlights. Now these are white. Easy fix on that though, you just pull out the little terminal that holds the two LED bulbs and then you just change them. So keep the fog lights, change the light. Just gonna be a pain getting them. So far not bad. I'm gonna go wire them up, or not wire them up, put them all back together, tape everything up, put the headlight in, and we'll go from there. Now I've gotten everything all wired up and cleaned up, put back in. One thing you will have to kind of fight with is this. There will be a bit of extra wiring behind here. You just got to kind of deal with that. Just jiggle stuff around, make sure you can get it to fit. You know, here, there, just try and find if anything's getting in the way. I should be good over here. There we go. That's about where they sat before. Yeah, I'd say that's about the way factory was. Or not factory, but the way the last set sat. They were perfect. So don't expect perfect when you're buying aftermarket, I'll tell you that now. If you think these lights are going to fit, flush, perfect panel guns, I wouldn't buy them. If that's what you really want. But, I mean, if little imperfections don't bother you, these are really nice headlights. Had to move my little makeshift stand that I made because my dad came home, so I had to make room for his car. But basically, got them in. The gap, you know, you think it's big when you look at it now, but I'm going to show you the factory headlight. So here's the gap for factory. It's much flusher, obviously here. Bit of a gap. I can get my pinky kind of almost in it. But this bulb, this headlight assembly is in perfect. This is factory. This is the way it comes. All right. The gap down below. Bumper could be sitting a little bit higher, but it wasn't an accident quite a while ago, and so some of the clips are just broken. But it would be sitting like this. So it's factory. And now here's the aftermarket one. Same kind of gap in between that and the grill. Same thing with the underneath here. Here's the only problem. You can see the back and the glue sort of for the light. This isn't sitting as flush as it should be, but that's where it sits. And then my pinky can fit in a little bit more than over there. But all in all, you know, these are little things. Once the other light's on, you're not really going to notice the difference because there's no reference. So that's how they look. So much better. Much, much better. I'm going to go to Canadian Tire and pick up a couple of LEDs, about 4 of them, change the bottom ones to white. But yeah, so you have it. How to install the HID, or not HID, but projector style bulb with the halo headlight assembly with the LEDs and everything. Just to quickly give you a look at how the truck looks with the factory wheels back on that I painted black. It is in the garage. It's pretty cold out, and I do have my grill off because I'm touching up some spots. But figured I'd toss this in at the end of that video. I know a lot of people wanted to see what it looks like with the wheels now and everything done, so hope you enjoyed the video of how to install the headlights, and this is basically my finished project. Headlights are here, the paint's finished, wheels are finished. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm going in to get more stereo work done, but you'll see all that later. Cool.